Okay, so here we are looking at Peter, who's a breaststroker, looking for county times, and he's displaying a couple of faults that are common to a lot of breaststrokers. So I'm just going to run this forward a bit. You can see the height he's reaching in the water. And if we stop it there, we can see that his hands are coming back a long way, and that's causing a few problems. His height of his body out the water, if we start looking at this, you see his hands are coming back, he's out the water all the way now through his shoulders, and that takes a lot of effort. If we look at his arms, firstly you'll note that he's pointing back against the water there, which we don't really want. But secondly, as his hands drop, his elbows are pulled back quite quickly. So his elbows come back to his sides and his hands are dropped completely. Effectively what we would like to see is his hands down and then his arms to sweep in front of his chest. He's actually pulling his arms in right the way back to virtually to his stomach. They're just in front of his chest there because he's so high. But that causes a problem in itself. And you can see that here. Look at the angle his body has had to get to because he's pulled back so high. And all that is doing is creating resistance against the water and slowing him down. Okay, so let's just go back to this point now. And as I say, we've got resistance against the hands here, which we don't want. And then we get this huge scoop of water, which is really pushing down from about that point. Everything's hauling the body up out the water. But the arms then, instead of going forward, because we're so high, instead of going straight forward, which is what we'd like to see, we'd like to see these effectively come over and forward, so you effectively dive into your streamline position. What they actually do is head downwards. And we'll compare the two. If we had dived forwards, we would have gone that way. But what we've actually done is we've gone down that way. And that sets up a curvature in the swim, which actually slows him down yet again. So we actually want to see him go over the water and not under like that. Look at it again. Straight down, which is not driving forward. If he drove forward from that position, effectively we'll get a dive forward and you'll be able to take that into your streamline, which is actually what we want to see. So let's just look at that in real time once again. So you can see how high he's getting, how low his knees are, and that resistance that we really don't want against the water. And as he pulls out from his breakout, we'll look at that again. You can see a downward movement, not a forward dive. We want the forward dive. Alright, and here we're just going to compare the leg kicks of two breaststrokers. Now Tolu, what I want you to see with him is he's not quite turning his feet out completely. So we have feet in that angle, and really would prefer them to be really placed back against the water if we possibly could. However, if you look at his kick as he comes together, he actually snaps his feet together there. A real snap. 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 Peter, on the other hand, and that's dangerous here because you really have to have your feet together. It's got to be symmetrical breaststrokes, and that could be a problem for disqualification. Now you can see here he's turned his feet out far better. That's a much better position. But as he comes back, he just lets that drift off. You saw that drift off. We'll see it again. It just drifts off. He's not snapping his feet together. So you really want those feet to snap together, and that'll finish off his kick nicely.